Hello. Namaste, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Cricket for Us. We get the latest cricket news. And today we're going to be watching day 4 of this second test between England and India. A kind of impromptu live stream watch along thing that I decided this morning. I was going to plan on doing sometime later today, but thought why not? Let's try in the morning. Let's see what happens. And I'm just watching the English team walk out to the pitch. So yeah, things are happening, which is good, which is very, very good. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Thank you everyone who has joined us so far. Thank you very much. And yeah, here we are. Let's see how this innings goes because we've got KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma opening for India. And after yesterday's final session, after India coming back into things, let's see how they handle things. Especially the slight not scuffle, but the kind of understanding Jasprit Bumrah and James Anderson had yesterday. Let's see where that goes in this particular game. Hopefully, Bumrah doesn't have to bat. And then we'll be all good in that sense. I can't believe KL Rahul averages 36.8. I don't know why I expected his average to be a lot higher, but to be honest, his average was in the early 30s, wasn't it? Before that 129 mammoth score. So it is what it is. Joe Root's 180 not out was outstanding. If anyone hasn't watched it, please do. It's really good. The highlights are on YouTube. Check it out. It's amazing. And yeah, Sunday today and fourth day of the test. I'm not sure how things are going to go in terms of the Indian perspective, but hoping against hope that it does go quite well for India, as I'm supporting India. But I want a good match, to be honest. I want a good match. I want to see how India goes in this particular scenario, where now on day 4, they basically need to score about 270 in a day. And hopefully weather doesn't come into it. So they need to go about 3 and over and try and go for the win, or do they try and go for the draw? We don't know as of yet which mindset India's going to go in with. But yeah, let's see how it is. There's a couple of comments in here. Ganesh Prasad says, hello, Ganesh Prasad. Thank you so much for joining. Abdullah, if India want to force any result, they need to score big and quick. Yep, the first session would give us clues where this match is going. Yeah, this is the thing. I think KL Rahul is still going to play the way that he played in that previous innings. He's going to take his time, but Rohit Sharma can't help himself. As he said, he can't help himself. He has to go for the shots. First ball on the pads from James Anderson to KL Rahul. The ball running down to square leg for a single. And the first run of the day, first run of the innings of the first ball. Yuppie, here are we. So yeah, that is what's going to decide. And KL Rahul took a run off the first ball. Can you imagine it? Shubham says, God save India today. Mark Wood Saab will bowl. He will. This is the thing. Mark Wood can bowl super pacey. The issue is sometimes you don't just need pace. He needs to be accurate as well. And if he keeps doing it the way that, he bowled in that previous innings, the lower order would struggle. But the middle order should be fine. The middle to top order should be fine. Once again, James Anderson, no swing whatsoever on middle stump, and Rohit Sharma plays it down to square leg for another single. That's 2 for 0. Abdullah says Sunday, but where's the sun? I don't even know how to acknowledge that statement. All I will say, Abdullah, to what you've just said is the sun is somewhere behind those gray clouds. And as I watch those gray clouds, I'm telling you now, I've got a bad feeling that it's going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. There's a bit of shadows. There's things. Oh, beautiful delivery from Anderson outside off stump. But then after pitching, it seamed in and it stayed a little low as well. Well defended by KL Rahul. Yeah, that stayed low and went in. So well done, KL. He went on the back foot, but thankfully it was effective even from that back foot. Ritu says, hi, Azjatsman here, joining from my mother's account today, getting my laptop repaired. Well, thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Sman as well. This is Ric Flair was with Andrade at trip. Was he? Where? When? I haven't watched anything, so I don't know what's happened. So deal, fill me in, my friend, if you can. Shoma said it's been 1 year of MS retirement. Yes, it has. So many childhood memories with these two fellas when they were together. Nothing was impossible. Yep. Yeah, MS, man. MS Dhoni. Like I say almost every time, he's one of my all-time favorite players. And he was an absolute legend, man. He retired last year. Can you imagine? He retired last year, but he hadn't played international cricket in over 2 years. Now 2 years, but at the time over a year. So yeah, it's not shocking, but it's good to remember that, oh yeah, it's been a year. But I hope he still continues at least this season of the IPL. And if he wants to continue, he can continue for the next season too. But I just want some last MS Dhoni sixes, man, and last bit of tactical brilliance that he can bring. Just need some of that. Pawan says, hi Asjad, hope that India get a lead. Yeah, I think 200 plus would be great. 250 would be awesome. 250 means that India can have an actual genuine score that they can base on and then attack tomorrow. By the way, everyone, I joined Pawan on his YouTube channel this morning, and it was a good, fun chat. So yeah, do check him out. Where are we? There are we. Laughter Express says, hello, Laughter Express. Thank you so much for joining. Dude, because of you, I'm getting so many views, by the way, in a couple of times because you retweeted the link of this live stream watch along, and I've checked. There's quite a few people who come from your Twitter, so thank you so much, man. Thank you very much for doing that. Shobhan says, "Sir, you live in London?" No, I don't live in London. I live in the northeast. The closest cricket stadium to me is Headingley, Leeds, where the next test match is. So that's the closest stadium to me. So I'm in the north. But I did go to university near London and went to London very, very often while I was there. Pawan says, why is the weather so unpredictable in the UK? Why can't ICC consider having a reserve day? I don't understand. I think this is something that has been discussed before. I know back in the day that used to be a thing. I think definitely it is a point of contention. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. Pawan says, happy Independence Day to all the Indian people and the cricket fans. Yeah, man. Yeah, happy Independence Day to India today. Yesterday it was happy Independence Day to Pakistan. And Ollie Robinson's first delivery, down leg side, goes past Rohit Sharma and well stopped by Jos Butler. It's still 2 for 0. Sman says, by the way, do you remember that day when Inzi Bhai got out hit wicket? That was terrible, wasn't it? I'm sure he got out more than once. He got out hit wicket at least once. It's never good to be hit wicket. I must tell you, to get out hit wicket, it's like scoring an own goal. It's something you'd never want to remember. Well defended from Rohit Sharma. Robinson bowling a little slower. Yeah, 78 miles an hour. It does look like it, but well defended by Rohit. I think he was in position a little quicker because he expected the ball to come on a lot faster, but good solid defense from Rohit Sharma. Pawan says the 2011 World Cup winning 6 by MSD was the most memorable shot for India ever in history. I don't know about ever in history, but that has to be one of them at least. It's very iconic. There's an entire movie based on it as well. So yeah, that's outstanding. Dibbly Dobbly podcast. Jack in the chat, guys. Hello, Asha. Joe Root's century was magnificent. It was, and it has given England a chance in this test match. Now it's up to the bowlers to get the wickets. Yep, I agree. I genuinely thought England was in the driver's seat yesterday after the way Joe Root batted, after the way, England's batting lineup, which is not very good right now, actually performed. Johnny Bairstow scored run. Moeen Ali scored 20 odd. Jos Butler scored a 20 odd. So the way they kind of put their entire innings into perspective, it was really good to watch from an England standpoint. But even then, for me, England are just ahead. Like, that's why I said they're in the driver's seat. But India just needs to get past 27, and then it's equal terms once again. And India needs to score as many runs as possible today and give England, at least 80 overs to chase tomorrow, and give themselves 80 overs to bowl England out as well. Swan says Robinson is bowling a little slower. Yep, he is. Jack in the chat, indeed. Pawan says, did you hear that Cameron Akmal scored 100 off 45 balls in the KPL on Friday or Saturday. I didn't hear. I usually hear about KPL through the chat on my watch-alongs. But yeah, there we have it. That's pretty cool. 100 off 45. He's never going to come back to the Pakistan side. Most of the players in the KPL, right? Unless they're already Pakistani players who are like sure shots in the side, I don't think anyone new should come from that league into the Pakistan side. It just doesn't make sense to me. Show says no balls bowled by Bumrah this series. 22 runs scored by Rahane and Pujara this series night. Oh man. Do you know what? I was actually calculating this. That is so true. 22 no balls from Bumrah and Rahane and Pujara together have scored less runs. That is crazy. That is something, that is just madness. Madness, I tell you, Shubham. Thank you for that statistic because I looked for it and I was like, yeah, that is just mad. That's something I want to mention. You mentioned before me. Thank you very much for mentioning. So then now everyone knows about it, Shubham. Great job. Great job, man. Thank you, everyone, for joining, by the way, so far. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. As you can see, it is 2 for 0 after the first 2 overs. And third over is about to begin. James Anderson running into KL Rahul. He defends it, but goes straight to the third slip. And yeah, guys, it's going to be an interesting day today. I haven't slept. I haven't slept. So my plan is to do the stream and see if the match is interesting. If it's interesting, I might just go past lunch. Otherwise, I think at lunch I'm just gonna collapse and sleep. That's the plan, and hopefully I can enjoy it with everyone in the chat so far. And if anyone new joins, that would be absolutely amazing as well. Where are we? Ganesh says Will Ospreay is back from injury. Yep, I heard NJPW. He's back. Hopefully, doesn't get injured again. Hopefully, we can get some amazing matches between Will Ospreay and basically anyone in AEW would be great. Daniel Bryan against Will Ospreay. I would love that, honestly. Laughter Express says pitch hasn't broken up till now, which is nice. Yeah, and that's why I think spinners won't come into effect on day 4. They might do in day 5. And maybe that's an advantage to India considering they have someone like Ravindra Jadeja. Today, though, so far, it still looks like a pretty decent track to bat on. Like in terms of a pitch, if you look at it, looks like a pretty decent track, and hopefully India can survive the first session and not lose any wickets, score as many runs as they need or as they want. But I don't think India should lose any wickets in this session, because in that post-lunch session, because there's no Broad, because Broad always comes back after lunch and takes wickets, I think in that session, that's where India needs to accelerate a bit more and then see if they're going to go for a draw or they're going for the win. Shubham says your favorite badminton player. It was like I checked, like I said to you before, I don't know, I don't watch them in general, as in, oh, this player's playing, but the guy you named, it was the Lin something, I believe. I saw some of his stuff. He was great. So yeah, that guy for me in badminton for sure. Ritu says, by the way, forgot to ask how you are. Where are my manners? No problem, man. Thank you so much for asking. I'm well, just as I said, a little tired. Everything's good with the family, thankfully. Hope everything's good with your family too. Pawan says, what's happened to Pakistan cricket when they play against B-sides? Why are they so unpredictable? They're unpredictable because they are usually underprepared and usually not in the mindset, oh, we're going to just go in and win. It's like, oh, we're just going to go and try what happens, see what happens. All right. That's the attitude that a lot of Pakistani, not players, but the management kind of has. They go for the training, they get everything sorted. But the thing is, every player that Pakistan has, maybe barring Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan sometimes, and Shaheen, but now Hassan Ali a lot more than Shaheen, everyone else is very inconsistent. And that's an inside edge onto the pad, James Anderson. There's no need to appeal for that. No need whatsoever. 3 overs gone, 2 for 0. India so far, by the way. 2 for 0. And yeah, 3 overs gone. 4th over to begin shortly. So yeah, on that point, just wanted to say, yeah, Pakistan is just inconsistent, and there's nothing like there's no reason, there's no rhyme or reason for why this player performs one day and doesn't perform the next day. It's just how Pakistan is. It's always been that way. It's maddening. It's maddening. Rita says Cricket for Americans are now more active on their YouTube channel. They're doing some streams, and let's talk about it session. Yeah, I saw. They're really cool. I'm loving those. I missed yesterday's stream for Nick because Nick was doing it, and I missed the other two because I woke up at like 7 a.m. and they did it like an hour, 2 hours before my 7 o'clock. Oh, an absolute peach from Robinson, but a play and miss from Rohit Sharma. He just defended it. Good technique again. Obviously, he does. Good technique, goes past the bat, and it's just a dot ball, but that was a good delivery. A very, very good delivery from Robinson. So yeah, let's hope they have more of these sessions so then I can actually join in the chat and speak to them because, yeah, really fun sessions, those. Adil says, Azad, did you know David Finlay is the son of WWE stars? Oh, is he? Who would have... oh, right. I didn't know that. Oh, that's crazy. Thanks for letting me know, man. Thanks for letting me know. Dot ball once again. Well left by Rohit Sharma. Pawan says Rohit and KL Rahul are key once again, and they need to get a good partnership once again. Agreed. That's exactly what they need to do. Goat Lindan. Yep, exactly that guy, Shubham. Laughter Express says, I'm actually happy seeing Roots 200s. He always used to have abysmal comparison from 50s. Yeah, I know. Till the start of this year, basically. Till the start of this year, his conversion rate wasn't the greatest. But now it's a lot better. It's still under 50, but it's pretty good now. A lot better than it was before. So, yeah, he's doing a great job, I think, with the bat. And hopefully, from an England standpoint, other people can step up. And that's a no ball from Ollie Robinson. Oh, well defended by Rohit Sharma. Back and goes and hits the stumps at the non-strikers end. Thankfully, no hand on it from Robinson. And plus, KL Rahul was, in the crease. So it's all good. It's all good. Ritu says, Ajad, what is your Pakistan second 11? Pakistan can't have a second 11 right now. They hardly have a first 11, my friend. It's not the greatest. Abdullah says, no big booking when Pakistan plays against B teams. Yep. It just hurts, dude. It hurts. Shom says, Delstein has tweeted that Jimmy gonna be begging for the ball when Jasprit comes into bat. After that incident when Bumrah tried some bounces against it, Anderson. Yeah, I saw that. That's what I was saying. Anderson did not look best pleased, and Delstein is probably right. If Bumrah comes out to bat, Anderson will be looking to ball some bounces and target him for sure, 100%. WWE Podcast says, hello, everyone. Hope all of you are well and enjoying some great test match cricket, the best format of cricket in the world. Yes, Jack, I agree with you there. It is the best cricket format, and I really enjoy it. Honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing. Plus, at the moment, I don't know which way this match is going to go. I've called it a draw because it's in England, but look at that sun shining on the pitch. It's probably going to play 180 overs. They're not going to have to, make any changes about rain or anything. But as I say that, the weather can change at a whim because it is England. So long story short, I would genuinely like the game to go on till the last ball tomorrow and India win at least. But more likely than not, it seems like it's going to be a draw. We'll have a slightly better understanding after the first session, and then we'll make a judgment call from that point onwards. Thank you very much, Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Jack, their main anchor. Oh, a beautiful shot through extra cover point area region by Rohit Sharma. Well fielded by Haseeb Hamid there. And that's 2 runs to Rohit and 2 runs to India as well. 5-0. Last ball of the 4th over coming up. Where are we? When can we see? I don't know, man. I was speaking to Jamie Alter and he said not in the next 5 to 6 years. Not just politically, but because both the sides have not got any spaces, I think, for the next 3 to 4 years in their FTPs, in their future tour programs. Oh, beautiful shot. Just it's not even a shot. It's basically he's just held his bat and has gone straight down the ground through mid-off for 4. A fantastic check drive from Rohit Sharma, and that's gone to the boundary. Oh, that's a beautiful drive. Man. Honestly, he just pressed at it. He didn't even push at it properly, and that ran away for 4. That tells you how good probably this pitch is right now. or how good the ground is, because that just ran away to the boundary. Pawan says, what are your predictions for the winner of the team? I think I said India. I would like Pakistan, but I think I said India. I think India has a pretty decent chance. India West Indies is my final. I think I said that a couple of days ago as well. Laughter says another 45 bad minutes today. Nah, man, I don't think so. I think 45 minutes. Let's not think about that. Let's think from an Indian perspective that India just needs to survive the first session initially. All right. Then they look at the next session. Then they look at the next session. So I wouldn't say so. Shubham says, and bowl 70 miles per hour bounces. Dude, Anderson's bowling 85. Shubham, Anderson's bowling faster than Ollie Robinson. He's 27. This guy's 39. He can still bowl above 85, man. But yeah, honestly, he's probably not going to bowl bounces. It's just he might when Bumrah's batting. Span says, also, Asda, don't forget I am Span. Yes. I know. Don't worry about it. I remembered. It's just because the name says Ritu, I say Ritu, man. Also, what is your playing 11 for England in the Ashes? I want to see. Oh, Vince isn't coming back. It's going to be something very similar to what England went with today. Not today. In this match, Broad comes in instead of Curran. Instead of Curran, Broad comes in. Then we've got Robinson there. Archer's not going to be there. If Stokes isn't there, then Moeen Ali, I think, definitely plays. Oh, look at those bouncers by Bumrah to James Anderson. And then a Yorker, which, he saved. And then another bouncer. And then Shami getting Anderson at the end, just with a full delivery. Anderson trying to play it down the ground. Oh, man. Yeah, Anderson was not happy. Oh, they didn't show that part. They didn't show the part I was waiting for. Oh, man. 24 in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, Anderson was not happy. Oh, Anderson was pissed. Don't see Anderson like that very often anymore, right? And damn. Oh, that's going to happen if Bumrah comes out to bat. He's like, yeah, bounces upon bounces. Crazy. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel. Really helps this stream to send it to more people. And we can have more fun, interesting conversations in the chat together. Thank you so much for joining. James Vince isn't likely at all. Zach Crawley, Hasib Hamid will still be their potential number threes. Ollie Pope, if he comes back, he was released from the second test. But if he comes back into the side, maybe try him up higher up in the order. They've got Dan Lawrence as a potential option as well. They've got a few names, 100%. But the others, they've got a lot of people to fill in certain holes. And England will be looking at this series to kind of counteract that. Well fielded by second and third slip there. That would have gone for 4, but well fielded by Rory Burns at third slip, diving in front of Johnny Bairstow. Good job, man. Good job. Adil says, Azjad, how about who is your best 11 for Pakistan from past, present, retired stars that you have witnessed? That I've witnessed? Saeed Anwar, then second opener. That's always the question with Pakistan. I'm going to reserve rights, but it'll probably be Hanif Mohammed, but I haven't seen him live. But I'll have to put Hanif Mohammed there. Then I've got Javed Miandad. I've got Mohammad Yusuf. Oh, down leg side. Does that hit the gloves? Nope, not hit the gloves. Not done absolutely anything. And down leg side for KL Rahul. Don't go up. Don't go DRS. Come on. Right, yeah. So Javed Miandad at 3. Javed Miandad at 4. Zahir Abbas at 3. Then Mohammad Yusuf at 5. At 6, there's probably Imran Khan at 6. At 7, I'll go with Rashid Latif. 8, Wasim Akram. 9, Saklan Mushtaq. 10, Waqar Yunus. And then 11, probably Shoaib Akhtar or Muhammad Asif. One of those guys at number 11. I would say, yeah, that's probably my 11 if I had to pick one. Smayan says, why can't India and Pakistan play a 3-format series in England or some other place? Afghanistan-Pakistan series is happening. Because that's just not what's going to happen anytime soon. So I think of it as, let's leave it. Hopefully it happens when it happens, man. Mark Wood into the attack early. He's into the attack. in the 6th over. Good morning from Yorkshire. Thought Anderson had carried his bat. Switched off last night after the no ball. Goodness me. Thank you so much for joining, Andy. Much, much appreciated. Yeah, man, yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was a great day from England, at least the first 2 sessions, and then India came back with the ball later on. Bowen says, why aren't English bowlers bowling bounces that often to the opening batters? Well, that's why Mark Wood is coming into the attack. That's why. He's going to bowl some bounces, I feel. First up, on the pads, Rohit Sharma plays it through backward square leg. Well fielded for a single by Moeen Ali at the boundary. It's 10 for 0 in the 6th over. Rohit Sharma on 8, KL Rahul on 1, and exactly the same thing that was happening in the previous innings. Hello, boss. Hello, Piyush. Thank you so much for joining, man. Pawan says, guys, please watch my cricket content as well and like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Yeah, check out Pawan if you get a chance, guys. Thank you so much. Laughter Express says, this is the best batting pitch I've seen in England over the last 1 year. Do you know what? It genuinely is. It genuinely is, because it looks like a belter, doesn't it? If you can have 2 teams score above 350 in the first 3 days, that means it's a pretty good track from an England standpoint. Mark Wood once again on the pads, and Rahul obliges with a single down to square leg. I'm going to see if I can, add something in here. For Rahul is 2 and Rohit is on 8. Yeah, let's put it that way. I think that'll be easier for everyone to view. Yeah, and then I can't have any formatting, unfortunately. So I'll just put that. Let's just say that is the other stuff. So I'm going to try and push it this way. So yeah, Rohit is on 8, Rahul on 2 at the moment. Sman says Mayash is 11. Finally a ball outside off stump and well left by Rohit Sharma. Mayash is 11 for England. Butler Burns. What? Butler at the top of the order? I don't see that happening. Butler Burns, Vince, Root, Malan, Bairstow, Folkes, Wokes, Leach, Anderson, and Broad. That's an interesting 11. I must say, I can't see Butler opening. I can't see Vince coming back. I would like Malan back. I think Malan is the one option that I think is, yeah, fair point. Bairstow, it depends. Depends, honestly. Where are we? Pawan says, why aren't I including Inzamam ul Haq in your playing 11, even Yunus Khan? Yeah, I wouldn't put Yunus Khan. Oh, a beautiful shot by Rohit Sharma. Oh, through mid-wicket. He just timed it to perfection. That's gone to the mid-wicket boundary like a rocket. That is a beautiful shot. It was quick. Obviously, it's Mark Wood. And he just timed it so well. Right, so I have a video where I've genuinely talked about this. I just haven't edited it, where I explain why I go with Yusuf or whoever I go with in the video. This is just from the top of my head right now. Those are the players. Yunus Khan, great, fantastic. I've got Zahir Abbas. I've got Javed Miandad. I've got Muhammad Yusuf. Yunus Khan, I'm going to find difficult. Imran Khan's going to be in my side anyway. So, yeah, Yunus Khan misses out for me. Cricket Angle says, I'm going to read that shortly. It's 15 for 0. Wide outside off. Oh, Rohit Sharma was probably looking to smash it through the covers. But it just didn't connect that properly. Didn't bounce as much as he'd expected. He was on the back foot. I think it just hit the bottom of his bat. Cricket Angle says, how much score India would target with which they can feel comfortable? I would say comfortable. They need a lead of minimum 250 is a minimum. If India can get a similar score to what they got on the first day and then bat, let's say 5-6 overs tomorrow morning and just go hell for leather, 250 plus is ideal from an Indian standpoint. Smayan says, by the way, Miandad used to sledge bowlers and ask bowlers, what is your hotel room? Yeah, he did. When the bowler used to reply, what will you do with knowing my number? He used to say, I will hit the next ball there. Yeah, he was a savage. Laughter Express says, I expect such good batting pitches in the next 2 tests. Also helps them grind Indian bowlers and score 300 plus runs. Yeah, agreed. Agreed with you there, Laughter Express. Adil says, not cricket related, but do you follow? I don't follow politics at all, Adil. Like, I understand politics this much. I understand politics like a duck. I'm a golden duck for politics. I can't emphasize this more. I know absolutely nothing about politics. But yeah, cool. My brother is really into politics. So yeah, we're exactly opposite in that front. Classic Blossom says, keep saying scores too. Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, man. It's 15-0, like I said. And the 7th over is about to begin. Anderson is, continuing from the same end. Make the most of this 5-day Lord's pitch. Lads, Headingley next. Yep, Andy. Headingley is next. Oh, man. Someone says, this time, KL Rahul defends it. Goes past slip. Running away to the boundary. Well fielded by Hazeem Hamid. Diving to save that one. And that's 2 extra runs to India and KL Rahul. Rohit Sharma, silky touch, man. Silky touch indeed. First away international 100. Oh, I hope so, someone. I'm hoping for a Kohli masterclass too. Don't worry. Peter says, do you play professional cricket or club cricket or just bar? I used to play club cricket a lot. And then I kind of gave up on it. Got busy with life. And I'm trying to get back into it, because that's the reason why you've probably seen my terrible batting technique. I was never a batsman. I was a genuine number 10. And then sometimes a number 6, depending on who we're facing and what the situation is. But yeah, I don't play that much anymore, but I want to. That's the idea of these videos. Trying to improve so I can eventually go back and start playing club cricket next season. That's the idea. You didn't take great. Yes, I did. Classic Blossom. When I remembered, I said Zahir Abbas at number 3. Man says, by the way, when is your best 11? Oh, man, I have no clue. I've got videos lined up. I've shot them. I just haven't edited them. That's the issue. I've got the New Zealand one on the cards. I've got the Pakistan one on the cards. I just haven't been able to edit them, unfortunately. I'll have to reshoot at least one of them, though, because... well, to be honest, I've changed my mind on a couple of points. Laughter Express says, I genuinely feel some Kohli fans are having high expectations of Kohli 100 every test. And when he doesn't get it, leads to emotions and sadness and depression. Yeah, that's not ideal. I think people should understand that players go into good forms or bad forms, etc. Can't feel depressed about that. You just need to support your favorite. Oh, Rahul is gone. Oh, is that an inside edge? Is that an inside edge? Oh, they need to go up. They need to go up. I thought that was not an inside edge. I thought that was gone plumb in front. KL Rahul. Oh, Root, make a judgment call, dude. This guy scored 129. Don't be Kohli. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it near the end as well. Oh, DRS coming up, guys. DRS coming up. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it happening? Is it gonna be the first wicket for England? James Anderson, full, swinging in. Oh, middle end. Oh, that's hit middle and leg. I think that's missed the bat, but that's hit middle. And that's probably hitting leg. Yes, it swung quite a bit, but I would say that's hitting leg. What do you guys think? What are you thinking here? Andy says, review. Yep, review for sure. Evening, guys. Hello, Andrew Cook. Thank you so much for joining on your Sunday evening. Someone says, India will look to bat today only and score around 300. Oh, that's umpire's call on leg stump. It's umpire's call. Close one, though. Definitely, that was close. That was close indeed. And then declare, so England has to bat in those early hours. All right. That's not a bad shout at all. That's not out. Not out. No inside edge. Thank you very much. I thought it was out as well, Andy. But no inside edge. Umpire's call at the end of it. Oh, man. That was close. That was so close. Pierce says, has Virat Kohli lost his batting dominance? It's just the form. I can't say he's lost his batting dominance. He looks good when he bats for longer than like 10 deliveries. Still looks good. It's just the fact sometimes maybe he's just a slight loss of concentration, which leads him to getting out. Otherwise, Virat Kohli is still one of the best batsmen in the world. Umpire's call. Yep, umpire's call indeed. Rohit is not out. Yes, everyone. No wicket lost so far, which is great from an Indian perspective. Anderson running in to KL Rahul. Oh, this one just pitches outside off at a good length and bounces like anything. That just jumps up from nowhere. Well stopped by Joss Butler. And yeah, it actually seemed a bit as well after bouncing. And that was a crazy bounce. That was crazy bounce, guys. 40 people in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Really helps the channel, really helps the community. And on top of that, it sends this video to more people so that more people join and we can have an even more interesting conversation in the chat together. That would be really cool. Oh, a beauty from James Anderson. Just at a good length once again. But this time, the ball just dies a little, goes past KL Rahul's bat. A play and miss once again. And someone's right. Someone, you're right there. It's going this far away with the slope. Yep, exactly. And this time, because of the slope and because of the slight deterioration in the pitch, we've seen a lot of variable bounce this morning already. I've seen at least 5 deliveries that have done stuff that I don't expect them to do. Sman says, Azad, you're super ahead of me. Oh, say it as it is. Azad, Kohli is not horrible. No. Siddhartha, like, I will be critical when I see him be terrible. When he's gotten out against Anderson in that previous game, when he got out by Robinson in that previous innings, those were bad shots. But he's not a bad batsman. He's just in a bad sort of form. And I'm trying to be as genuine about this as I possibly can. He's just not, maybe it's the mindset. He's going for deliveries that he genuinely should not be. And the same thing is happening to Cheteshwar Pujara. Same thing is happening to Ajinkya Rahane. KL Rahul showed the resilience you need to have in England. Twice at least now, okay? And Virat Kohli, Pujara, Rahane, they're just not being able to follow the same train of thought, right? I know what you're saying there. He's not horrible. I can't say he's horrible. All I'm saying is he's just in some bad form, and it seems to be mental rather than technical, because it's a mental thought process to move towards the ball and play at it. It's not completely technical, because technically he's still pretty darn good. All right. Sorry for the long-winded answer, but I appreciate that comment. Thanks for that. Abdullah says Robinson's LBW was micromillimeter umpire's call and was out, and this one is a couple of inches in, but because it's umpire's call, it's not out. Yeah, umpire's call is an interesting phenomenon which will remain. I just don't like it. I just don't like it that much. Where are we? Someone says tricky pitch to bat on now, and even bounce, and it's seeming to. Even then, I think it's as long as you settle into the pitch, you can score runs. We saw that with Root yesterday. Let's see how this session goes, honestly, because day 4 might be a completely different kettle of fish. All right. Pius says, who do you think is the best Pakistan chaser currently? Chaser with probably Rizwan. I don't think there's anyone else. Rizwan's probably the best. Yeah, Rizwan for sure. Not Babar Azam. Babar Azam's not. He hasn't cemented that place in his technique. He's improving, vastly improved from 2 years ago, but again, he's not as good as he could be. That's what I think. Sman said, "Who is better, Gabe or Nick?" Gabe fan here, but they're both amazing. Don't ask me questions I can't answer, my friend. They are. It's like asking who's better. No, I can't remember. Who's better, right? Wasim or Waqar? I said this yesterday. Well, I actually chose Wasim, didn't I? But no, I can't choose between Gabe and Nick. Let's just put it that way. I can't pick between Gabe and Nick, okay? He averaged 24 in tests for almost 2 years now. It's more than bad form. Interesting. I have seen those stats. I think Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara, and Virat Kohli all have had averages around the mid-20s. But Kohli's the only guy who's actually scored more 50s than the others, right? He's scored, 4 50s or 3, something like that, which shows that he can get in. He just gets out. It's something mental. I don't think he's past his prime at all. I can't say that, unfortunately. But I appreciate your point of view, and I'm glad you're sharing it, because it's good to get everyone's point of view on these types of things, you know? Thunder Hayes says, hi, Azad, how are you? I'm well, Thunder Hayes. Thank you so much for joining, man. Much appreciated. Laughter says, Smayan, I do believe in Nick's supremacy. Wow. Someone says there were lots of umpire calls yesterday in the England innings, which saved them too. Yep, they did for sure. Saves the batsman every time. Someone says Rohit Sharma is about to pull Mark Wood in front of square. He might, man. Honestly, the ball isn't bouncing as much as he thinks, which is why we've seen 2 or 3 shots where he's on the back foot and he's just like, he doesn't connect as cleanly as he'd like. What are we? Yeah, there we go. 8th over done. 17 for 0. In the 9th over. Let me just update the score. Yeah, there we go. There we are. There we go. There we are. And yeah, the score is on screen. That's great. That's good. Sman says, that's my favorite commentator is Michael Holding. Who is yours? My favorite commentator of all time was Richie Beno, Tony Gregg to an extent. What's his name? Bill Laurie, not so much. Nasser Hussain is pretty good. Danny Morrison is an absolute beast. Danny Morrison, Harsha Bogle, Michael Holding, Nick Knight, Michael Atherton. They're all great, man. They're all great. It's so difficult to pick one. If I had to pick one, I would pick Danny Morrison because of the entertainment factor. But if I go technical knowledge, I might actually go Jeffrey Boycott. He is fantastic. You should hear him out on Radio 1 on BBC. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Someone says, hello, Asad, how are you? I'm well, Someone. Thank you so much for joining, man. Much, much appreciated. And Alan Wilkins. Yes, he was there as well, wasn't he? Yeah, he's pretty good too. He's definitely a good chap there. Majam M says, you look like Chakram. I don't know what or who Chakram is, but if it's a compliment, thank you. If it's not a compliment, I will Google who he is later on. Andy says, Root went through a similar period out in the 40s and early 50s for a while. And I don't think I would have said Root is a bad batsman at that point either. It's just the fact that now Virat Kohli's having that stint in his career where the others are performing, and Virat Kohli doesn't usually get into those types of situations, or he hasn't had those situations. But now it's been almost 2 years and he's still stuck in that rut. And let's see if he can come out of it. If this lasts for more than 2 years, Siddhartha, that's when I will start contemplating, okay, maybe there's something gone wrong or something's happened, etc., etc. But right now, I can't officially say that. A beautiful delivery by Anderson. Anderson's bowling maidens upon maidens as well. So this is very similar to the first innings. Not maidens, sorry, dot balls upon dot balls. It's very similar to the first innings and the first session on the first day when James Anderson and Ollie Robinson were bowling really well. And Anderson is continuing his form. He just keeps bowling beautiful deliveries upon beautiful deliveries and deliveries that you can't do much about. You have to defend or you have to play at the end of the day. Smayan says, wait, did Deepti Sharma rang the bell today to start the game? That's great. Love Deepti Sharma. Really great cricketer to have in your team. Awesome. And that's a single to KL Rahul down to point. Let me update the score for you all. 18 for 0. And Rahul moves on to 5. Anderson bowling well. Rohit Sharma, again, being more aggressive. 12 of 25, while KL Rahul is 5 of 28. He's taking his time, and that's what he needs to do. He doesn't need to do anything else, barring taking his time and getting as many balls under his belt before he starts being as aggressive, a lot more aggressive, if he needs to, because right now he doesn't need to. We'll see after the first session what happens in the second session. Let's see what India's approach is. Rohit Sharma comes down the track and defends James Anderson, and that's showing some sort of positive intent in my eyes. And yeah, there we are. Anderson bowling his last over of his first spell. I have a feeling, I definitely have that feeling that this is his last over for sure. Oh, look at David. Oh, David Lloyd was amazing as well, man. David Lloyd is great. I forgot. Mel Jones with no coffee. Oh, man. Loving the banter, honestly. Thabin says, Azad, are you going to do a live stream today? I will try my best to do a live stream today for Pakistan, West Indies. If I can't, I'm definitely doing tomorrow, day 5, I think. I'm definitely doing a day 5 one. I want to see if I can today. The big thing is I didn't sleep last night, so I'm going to try and catch up on some of my sleep during the day and catch up on some work for tomorrow. Exactly. So I will do my best. If I am able to, I will stream. I've got the thumbnail ready, and it's just the fact when I have time, I'll put it up and then I'll see what happens. But thank you for mentioning that. I will, hopefully, if everything goes well, I will be streaming later tonight. If not, then definitely I'm going to try and do tomorrow. Smayan says, Azad, do you think West Indies can still win the first test? Of course they can. Of course they can. There's 2 days left. Pakistan are 5 down. Come on. Peter says, Nasir Hussain is also a great technical commentator. He very much is. Andrew King says, my favorite commentator operating recently would be Jeremy Coney, the praying mantis, ex-New Zealand captain. I don't remember him. I don't remember him in the sense I can't remember him commentating. So I'm gonna check something out. I'm gonna definitely check something out. Well left by Rohit. Yeah, Rohit again. This is what I'm liking about the way Rohit Sharma is batting. He is aggressive, but he knows what to go after rather than certain other batsmen from the Indian side who have recently been going after balls they shouldn't be. Virat Kohli, Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane. Can't really argue with Rishabh Pant doing it because Rishabh Pant can't change the way that he plays because that spoils his entire game. Jack says, my favorite commentators are Richie Benaud and Bill Lawry. Yeah, they're great. They were great, weren't they? But it's tough. It's so tough. Michael Holding is so good as well. He's so brutally honest. I love it. I absolutely love it. Mark Wood to KL Rahul. Oh, Rahul goes. Oh, what a delivery. Back of a leg. Oh, caught behind. Well taken by Joss Butler. And that's gone out. KL Rahul goes for 5. I don't know who mentioned it, but someone mentioned KL Rahul was going to go cheaply today. And he has. That is just an absolute peach, I must say. That is a beautiful delivery. And Rahul played at that one. He's been leaving those types of deliveries. But that one just maybe held its line, maybe moved just away from him. And he was caught between playing or leaving it. And that's the end, man. That's the end. Someone says Pakistan should be able to win the first test. They are in a really good position. They're in okay position. I would be slightly more critical on the fact that they will need to adjust. Babar Azam, whenever he comes back from a break, gets out. That's the biggest issue. That's the biggest issue. Abdullah says, Wood. Yes, Wood gets him. Gets KL Rahul. Laughter Express says, in my opinion, Rohit is the most improved test batsman in the Indian team now. Yep. Him and KL Rahul, but KL Rahul just got out. But I think both of those guys for sure. I said, you're going to react to the video which I sent you through Patreon. Yes, I will. Like I said, between 7 to 14 days is what I'm asking for. And hopefully, once that's done, I will post that reaction. And hopefully I don't get any copyright strikes. Or copyright claims at least. Yep. KL nicked that one. And that was a good delivery, a very good delivery. I want India to lose. Maja, really? Do you? Well, in that case, I hope you enjoy the match. Let's see what happens. Can't believe Pujara's average is still 45. Even after the bad stint. And same with Kohli. After not having the best 2 years, he still averages 50. That tells you how well he's played for so long. Same with Pujara. Abdullah says Pujara should be an innings away from getting dropped. I agree there. I agree with that point because Pujara is not looking like Pujara. There was a comparison they showed between 2018 and 2021. That Pujara is not moving his feet as well and his bat is tilting when he's trying to defend. He's not getting into the line of the ball and probably his bottom hand isn't as strong as it used to be, which is why he's not being able to defend properly, and he's having a lot of issues there. Classic Blossom says, who has joined? Pujara. Pujara, my friend. Pujara is on 0 right now. Mark Wood bowling to Pujara. 18 for 1. India. Wood running in. Pujara on strike. Wood is steaming in. A similar delivery, but this time it doesn't move away from the batsman, and Pujara just defends it to mid-on. A very good delivery to get KL Rahul out. There we go. That's what I need. Andy says, Pujara's last chance? Probably. If not last chance, then one of his last chances, because he needs to get he needs to get back into form, right? And if he doesn't, he will be dropped. Even though I think Virat Kohli will think, no, I'm going to stick with him for the 5 matches. You could bring in someone else. You can bring in someone else. Maybe give Mayank a try. Maybe after the 4th match, you could bring in Prithvi Shaw or Surya Kumar Yadav, So it's definitely a possibility. Looking at how the pitch is playing there, Pakistan is in a really good position. All right, appreciate that. There's a term in Urdu, I don't know if it is in Hindi, which is aapke muh mein ghee aur shakkar, which basically means I hope what you're saying is true because like sweet things and good things are coming out of your mouth. So it's like a compliment. So yeah, that to you, someone right there. Dad says N. Okay. Dad also says Pujara. I ain't saying that. But yeah, sure. Someone says Pujara masterclass will come today. I hope so. Which team you support? In this particular game, I'm supporting India. Otherwise, I support Pakistan. I support Pakistan, India, and then all the other teams, depending on who's playing against who, etc., etc. But right now, yeah, I'm supporting India in this particular match. WWE Podcast says pressure on Pujara to score some runs in this second innings. 100%, Jack. That's what he needs to do. 90 people in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Please check out our Twitch, check out our Twitter, check out our Instagram. It's at All Cricket for Us. It really helps the channel. Also, the YouTube channel, please like the video. It sends it to more people. And then more people can join us. And it's just so much fun to have so many people conversing about cricket. It's just amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Also, check out WWE Podcast and Pawan on in the chat as well. Classic Blossom says, Pujara will play well today. Dad says, Shubman Gill is better than Pujara. Can't really say that, but what I can say is if Shubman Gill is fit, he could potentially come back, right? But I didn't think Shubman Gill was fit for the series, but I could be wrong. And if Shubman Gill comes back, then that's not a bad shout either. Pierce says, what had happened to Hamid? He had a good tour in England, but then dropped. Initially, it was injury, and after injury, it was his form in 2017, 18, 19. He was horrendous. I'm not kidding you. He was so bad that I was like, yeah, he's never coming back into the England side. But then in 2020, he batted quite well. 2021, he's had a pretty decent time of it. And I know as soon as Hamid started to score, England wanted to bring him back. And that's why he's back in the side. Okay. That's the same comment. Someone says, yes, it is Urdu and Hindi are kind of mixed together like sugar and water. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, Someone. Much appreciated. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. If that's the case, I would be extremely jubilant about it. Anderson to Rohit. Rohit tries to hit that straight down the ground. Inside edge goes past the short mid-wicket fielder. And that is a quick 2 to Rohit Sharma and to India. Pujara is not on strike. He's still on 0. And Rohit Sharma moves on to 14 of 29 deliveries. Bhuvanika Cottage, I guess, listening from Adelaide while working. Good work, bro. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you to do. Thank you so much for joining from all the way from Adelaide. I know there's a couple of Australians in the chat right now as well. So thank you, everyone who's joined us from all around the world. This match is fantastic. And thank you so much. It really helps the channel and really helps the conversation. So yeah, thank you so much, Bhuvanake. Nika, sorry. Thank you very much for joining. Much appreciated. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. It'll be amazing. Thank you so much. This time it's on the hips and Rohit Sharma is quick onto that for a single down to backward square leg. 21 for 1. Pujara on strike. What's the name? Rohit Sharma moves on to 15. There we have it. Tabin says next test night, Pakistan versus West Indies. Second test, should Imran Butt get dropped and give a chance to Abdullah Shafiq as an opener? Should try that. There's no harm in doing that now because I'm of the standpoint Imran Butt is a great fielder. But dude, you can't keep that guy in the side just because of his fielding, especially if he's opening. I don't agree with this statement that I'm about to say completely, but it is an option. Open with Azhar Ali. Why not open with Azhar Ali and Abid Ali, right? Move someone like, not Fawad Alam, but play Saud Shakil. He bats at 3, all right? Saud Shakil at 3, Babar at 4, Fawad at 5, Rizwan at 6. See, left-hand, right-hand combinations, up and down, up and down. That's great. That's an interesting tactic that Pakistan could potentially use. Laughter Express says, I have some bias to Vihari. If Pujara is dropped, then Vihari should play. I've heard a lot about Vihari being the successor of Pujara, but in England, in the county championship as well, he wasn't doing a great deal. But he is an option for sure at number 3. 100% he's an option. Jack says, felt bad for Hamid in that first innings. Not great feeling getting out for a golden duck on his comeback. Hoping he can score some runs in England's second innings. Yeah, if he bats, for sure. Another good delivery from James Anderson. That just bounced up, and Pujara did not expect that. Thankfully, he kept that down, and it is 21 for 1. And I already have that updated. I don't know why I was about to update it anyway. So yeah, 21 for 1. So far in the 11th over, Pujara just needs to get in, man. He just needs to get in. Vishal Kumar says India won this match. You're more optimistic than most, Vishal. You're more optimistic than a lot of people, not just in the chat, in the world. James Anderson running in to Pujara. Pujara leaves that one. Okay, so guys, this is my take. If Pujara does not perform today, I'm of the mindset I'm happy to drop Pujara. Who would you guys bring in? I think Laughter Express is Bihari. I didn't read anyone else's, or if I have, I've probably forgotten who said something. But who would you bring in instead of Pujara into this particular side for the third test in England? Who do you got? I would love to read your comments and stuff. There's about 90 people in the chat right now. Thank you so much for joining. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to give your input, please do let us know what you think. If Pujara is dropped, who should replace Pujara at number 3? We've got one for Vihari. It might be a poll that I do eventually, but right now I just want to get a take of what everyone's thinking about Pujara at the moment. Overdone, well left by Cheteshwar Pujara. And there we have it, 12th over about to begin. I think shortly we're going to have drinks, aren't we? And Mark Wood's going to continue. Do we feel Mark Wood is going to continue? Yeah, they're just having a chat in the middle. While they do, let me check this out. Pierce says, Jadeja is not effective as a spinner. I think they should bring back Ashwin. Irrespective of conditions, Jadeja can play as a batsman. All right, so do you think Pujara gets dropped and then who comes in at number 3 then? Because I'm assuming you're not dropping any of the paces, or are you dropping one of the paces? Abdullah says, I would bring Sky. Yeah, Sky's not a bad shot. I think he can only play after the 4th test, if I'm not wrong. But if he can play before, Sky's not a bad option either. Wood to Rohit. Rohit defends that one. Well defended. Rohit Sharma. Laughter Express is 135. Yes, 135 were in the chat at one point. Now we've got 100, which is great. Again, I don't mind if it's fluctuating as long as, people are having conversations in the chat. It doesn't have to be with myself. It just has to be between everyone in the chat. It's really fun to read these comments and especially talk about cricket. It's like chilling with friends kind of thing and watching the match, because I think the last time I hung out with my friends to watch a match was like 6 years ago. So yeah, it's been quite some time. So thank you everyone who's joined us so far. It's amazing. It's not just because of COVID, but just in general. Thank you so much, everyone. Wood running in to Rohit, who smashes that, but straight to the fielder for a dot. That one should have been dispatched. It just didn't bounce as much as Rohit Sharma thought. And it is probably because of the slope that it's not bouncing as much when you pitch the ball at certain places. Cricket Angle says, I would love to bring Surya Kumar Yadav. Yeah, Surya Kumar Yadav. There's 2 for Surya Kumar now. And I think I would find it really bad if Jadeja was dropped. I don't think Jadeja should be dropped. But who does Ashwin come in for? Does he come in for Shami? Does he come in for Ishant? Because Siraj is doing well. Bumrah didn't have the greatest first innings here, but he bowled really well in the previous match. So India has a lot to think about in this match. Honestly, so much to think about. Rohit still on strike. Wood running in. A bouncer. Rohit Sharma crashes that through backward square leg. Has that gone for 6? That's gone for 6. What a shot by Rohit Sharma. Someone said Rohit was going to target Mark Wood if he bowls short. That's exactly what he's done. What a shot by Sharma, man. What a shot. He moves into the 20s. He scored over 70% of the runs so far in this innings. And what a shot. Bouncer, doesn't bounce much, just under his chest, and Sharma dispatches it for 6 over backward square leg. What a shot. Someone says, I called it. I said, yes, he did, Suman. You definitely did. That's a good shot. That is such a good shot. Shoelaces are the most irritating invention that have ever been invented. Right. You know what? They're close. They're close to the top. Because I used to find, a good bouncer this time. That's what Wood needs to do. That's the bouncer that he needs to bowl. 91 mile an hour, going past Sharma's head. And the scores are level now. Scores are level. They're basically 0 for 1 now. India is. They're not trailing by anything. They're 0 for 1 effectively. Oh, that was a good ball by Wood. So yeah, shoelaces, not the greatest. Peter says, yes, of course, by dropping Pujara, bringing Ashwin in, and Jadeja up the order. Just it. Okay. Sounds good. Cricket Angle says, India need a big innings from Hitman today. Yep. Definitely do. But he's batted really well in the first innings. I think he just missed out on that 100, which he definitely deserves. A beautiful shot, but straight to the fielder. That was through the covers, on just outside off stump. What a swing of the bat from Rohit Sharma, man. Such a clean hit, but got straight to the fielder for a dot. I got not a question. I just got a comment about this. So Rohit Sharma is the guy. I was like, yeah, I think he might score, but he'll struggle away from home. He's proven me wrong by so much. Him and KL Rahul have proven me wrong. That I'm like, I don't know what to do from an Indian standpoint now. Does India stick with KL Rahul and Sharma? What happens to Shubman Gill? What happens to Mayank Agarwal? How do they get back into the side? Right? Prithvi Shaw, how does he come back into the side? And it's good and it's bad from an Indian standpoint, but it's good because they've got an embarrassment of riches, as Gabe says. This time, Rohit Sharma gets that. Oh, Moeen Ali takes him! Moeen Ali gets Rohit Sharma! Oh my God, Rohit Sharma goes a similar delivery. Oh, and he doesn't connect it. Toe ends it to square leg. Moeen Ali running in, dives forward. Rohit Sharma is gone. Oh, Rohit Sharma is out. India lose their second wicket. Oh, that is just not ideal. That one, that's what I'm saying. That's where you bowl Rohit Sharma. Just on his shoulder, tries to pull or hook that one. Moeen Ali running in, takes a fabulous catch. And it's 27 for 2. India. Oh, Virat Kohli is coming in, man. Kohli needs to go. Oh, I'm not saying it because every time I've said it, something's happened. Oh, man. Rohit Sharma goes for a very well-made 21. And sorry, everyone, for that scream, but I did not expect that. Brilliant scenes. Oh, goodness. Someone says India needs some left-handed batsmen up the order. I would send Jadeja only to upset the bowler's line. Fair enough. And he says he fell for that. He definitely fell for that. What the? Yep. Phil 93. I literally just came on as he gave it away. Oh, man. He's gone. Rohit Sharma goes. He played really well, though. He just, like he said in his interview, can't control himself. He needs to sometimes, though. But that delivery to KL Rahul was great. This one was well set up by Mark Wood. And Mark Wood might be the guy. I was having a discussion with someone yesterday, and they're like, Wood is also going to be dangerous. And I was like, yes, but just because of his pace, but because of his bounce now as well. Amazing. Brain fade from Rohit again. Crazy shot. Phil says you are 2 seconds ahead than me. All right, okay. Just 2 seconds. It's not like a minute, so I'm okay with that. Great catch by Moeen. Yep, Phil. Definitely a great catch. Thank you so much for joining, by the way, Phil. Much appreciated. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure to be here. A pleasure to do this. It's so much fun. Technically, India are 2 for 2. Yep. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. 0 for 2, actually. Oh, no. Ball got a bit stuck. Yep. He just tried. He was a bit early on it, wasn't he? Even though that was a quick one. Alia says it's Mark Wood's day. Yep. So far, so good from a Wood perspective. And I really hope CFA can stream tomorrow because I want to hear some Wood jokes. Phil says, hope you're well, man. I'm well. Thank you, Phil. Hope you're doing well, enjoying the cricket so far. And yeah, I'm super excited about what's going to happen now because it's Pujara and Kohli. Kohli's going to be under pressure. Pujara is going to be under pressure. It's not a good sign for India, but 0 for 2 effectively. And Wood is 2 for 12. Bringing him in early was a good decision now, isn't it? Tangamutu says, shocking Independence Day. Yep, shocking indeed so far. Jack says, India under pressure now, need a partnership here. England need to seize this opportunity. Yeah, seize it with both hands. Seize it with both hands. Mamata Sahu says, Via to you too as well. Oh no, why Kohli not making century? He's just getting similar brain fades. I think he's got an issue with the outside off stump kind of delivery right now. And he's just not in the right state of mind. And hopefully he can get into the right state of mind from an Indian standpoint because Kohli scoring is a great thing for India. Piyush says this will now be the test for Kohli and Pujara and their patience. Shot was on for Rohit probably. Ball got a bit stuck. He wasn't early. It looked like he was early. The reason is because it hit the toe end. That's why I'm saying it looked early. But maybe not. Maybe you've seen something that I haven't. But thank you for that, Suman. India in trouble, dude. Mohit, India are in trouble. 100% they're in trouble, man. But they've still got, ideally, their best 2 batsmen, or at least one of their best batsmen, two of their best batsmen at the crease right now. Anderson to Pujara. Pujara leaves that one. I don't think they're going for the win anymore. I think they're going to go for the draw, honestly speaking. Cricket Angle says England have proper plans for every Indian batsman, whereas Indian bowlers were clueless yesterday. Yeah, even that plan by Siraj was just bombard every batsman with the short ball, right? He was getting the ball to get tail in to root, but it was unlucky, he couldn't get root out and umpire's call and all that stuff. Navansh Agarwal says India 200 all out. Oh, really? Oh, man. That I've seen a lot of optimistic and pessimistic scores today in the chat, but I appreciate all of them because it is what the game is. You can never see what's happening. You can never know until it happens, right? Mohit says we are also in queue. Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. Moin took that well for sure, Andy. Yep, definitely. It looked to me, it bounced more than the last pull. It did bounce more. It was about shoulder length, wasn't it? Shoulder length rather than just under his chest where he could easily pull that one. Oh, outside edge, but not out. Don't worry, guys, not out. Okay, it bounced in front of the first slip, and Pujara just did a similar thing to KL Rahul, but that one just bounced in front of first slip. Suman says, will India's two best test batsmen step up today and show their brilliance? That's what every Indian supporter is thinking right now. Harris says, how many more strikes till the channel gets taken down? Harris, why would you say that? Why would you say that, man? Like, I don't understand. Like, you come in and why? I'm kidding, by the way. Hopefully not. It is two more. I've got one active strike at the moment, but I hope this one gets retained or what is it, like taken aback, because this is just outrageous. The strikes are outrageous, man. I've got one at the moment, but two left. Hopefully, inshallah, I don't get another one because I will lose everything I've done over the past, I don't know, almost a year. Like, it'll be a year for me since I started my first channel on the 6th of September. It'll be a year for me on the 6th of October when I started this particular channel. So it's been almost a year of my life where I've tried to spend as much time on here as possible. I've enjoyed it a lot. So I really, really hope that doesn't happen, man. No, because it seems you've had so many going, nothing wrong. Yeah, I know, nothing's wrong with it. It's just because I went on some other channel. Quality Shot got a strike recently. Night Watchman Cricket Channel got a strike. So it's just crazy. Like, everyone's getting strikes, and it's just depressing, man. It's depressing. Dad says, with a different picture, Pujara last match playing in his career. Wow. We'll have to see. Navansh says England will win this match like cheese and butter. All right. Kiran Sahu says, tell us about post-match of New Zealand versus India and India lose. Right. So in terms of the India-New Zealand in the WTC, that was just Kane Williamson, Ross Taylor at their best. And India just probably read the conditions slightly unwell. And it rained for like 2 days out of the 6 days. New Zealand just batted well on that final day and came out victorious. They probably had better plans as well at the end of it. And they had 2 games that they thrashed England in as well. So they were in a better touch. That's the reason why, they probably did better. This pitch is starting to do a bit. Yeah, it is. On day 4 of all days, right? Someone says Rohit wanted to play towards the right side of Moeen Ali. More fine, so he wasn't late into the shot. It was ball probably got stuck a bit, so hit the toe end off the bat. Fair enough. Game gone out of India's hands. Silver Owl, really? I think India can still draw it, though. They can still go for a draw. Namash says if Virat gets out before lunch, it's all over for India. Do you know what? It seems likely that if that happens, that is the case. But I'm trying to stay hopeful. But yes, definitely, Pujara and Rahane are not the best guys for India over the past 2 years either. Right? Year and a half, sorry. They've been in the side. They've had some resilience performances, but they haven't got the grasp of their form at the moment either. So their middle order, India's middle order, is absolutely struggling. And let's see how Virat Kohli goes now. Wood to Kohli. Kohli leaves that one. Yeah, just know where your off stump is, dude. Just know where your off stump is. Andrew Cook says, cough. Jameson, cough. That's also why India lost. Signs of 45. No. Right. There's always 45 minutes, right? I was going to say a dialogue from Chak De India where Shah Rukh Khan's like 70 minutes with 60 minutes, right? But there's always a certain type of session or a certain period of time where things go against you. But because it's a test match, it can still come back, right? So you could say signs of 45 minutes, but we can't say it until we see like X amount of wickets fall and it's completely out of it. So far, it has been England's session, but India just needs to survive the rest of the session. That's all they need. If Virat gets out before lunch, yeah. What does that say? Yeah, if. Of course, if. Someone says India will win this match like a walk in the park. Someone with the optimism. Pant and Jadeja will be key for India right now. Yeah, they've been scoring from the bottom as well, haven't they? I don't think India can win from 0 for 2, right? Oh, wow. Abdullah says, I know it's test cricket, but I would like to see slow bowling and cutters knowing India needs to score. And Yorkers, man. Not enough of either of those three things in test cricket nowadays. Not nowadays, but like at least in England, because you don't expect it, right? But it's definitely a tactic that could be used, especially from someone like Mark Wood. Ball's 90 mile an hour and then can definitely change his pace. What is it? 2 for 12. James Anderson has been economical as anything. So good. Pawan says this is the time for Pujara to prove the doubters and critics wrong. Thangamatu says hanging at the crease will not help to draw. They should score. Interesting. I understand where you're coming from, but as much time as they spend at the crease, if they go for a draw, they just need to bat. They need to hang in the crease, hang in there, and bat a good fuller delivery, swinging in, but outside off stump, and a classic Kohli cover drive, and that's gone for 4. Beautiful shot by Virat Kohli. Mark Wood getting a bit overzealous there. Pitched it up. It swung in, but it was outside off. Perfect length for Virat Kohli to drive, and that goes to the boundary. Great chance for Pujara. Yes, indeed. Namanch says India 0 for 2. England will win. Fair enough. Kiran says, what's your name, bro? Introduce yourself. My name is Azjad Siddiqui. Well, it's actually Azjad Pasha Siddiqui. But yeah, my name is Azjad Pasha. I started a YouTube channel about, let's say, around 10, 11 months ago. And I do cricket content. I do interviews, pre-match, post-match. I do collaborations. I have live streams, watch-alongs, all the cool stuff that you can think of about cricket. And yeah, that's what I do almost every day. I do cricket shorts. I'm trying to get back into the cricketing things in terms of playing cricket for my local club as well. So those are shorts that I'm doing. I do short videos, 1-minute videos. Then I do longer interviews, about 20, 25 minutes in English and in Urdu. So do check out my content. And yeah, appreciate you asking. Thank you so much. Kiran Saho says, keep it up, bro. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Andy says, a decent stand will put India back in it. England are too reliant on route. Obviously, I'm shouting for England, but I'm not confident. Yep. Raj should score 100 today. Vintage Kohli, that cover drive. No look, cover drive. No look more beautiful cover driving than Virat Kohli. I'm not sure exactly how to say that sentence, but I know what you're saying, Suman. So yeah, that looked beautiful. That looked great. 14 overs gone. 14 overs gone. 31 for 2. And Pujara on strike. Anderson continues to bowl. Oh, outside off stump. Pujara should have left that one. He defends it. Anderson is bowling 87 miles an hour. He is pumped up like anything. Knockup says match tied. No, the scores have just unleveled. India is 4 ahead now. I can't say this name. Vijendra Shinoy says hi. Hi, Miss Shinoy Saab or Saiba. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Anyone who's new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Please check us out on Twitch, on Twitter, on Instagram. It's all cricket for us. It really, really helps us. And this time, James Anderson balls on the pads, hits the pads, goes past Joss Butler, down to fine leg, and that's 4 runs for India. No runs for Pujara yet, but 4 runs, which is better than anything right now because India just needs runs right now and just survival instincts in there. But thank you for joining. Much appreciated. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really, really helps the channel. Liking really helps as well, and subscribing, it obviously helps. So please, it would be really cool. It would be really cool. Naman says Rohit should not play a pull shot in test matches. No. I think he should play pull shots. It's one of his favorite and one of his best shots. But the thing is, he just needs to realize when to play it and when not to. And as someone said earlier, maybe that ball got stuck in the pitch. Maybe he was a little earlier onto it. Early because the ball was stuck in the pitch. That's why he got out. Otherwise, that would have gone for 4 or 6 like the previous one as well. No, that's fine. I understand what you mean. Match tied. Knock up. Thank you for asking that. No, it's not tied yet. We've got a day. We've got a day till the end of the match. We'll have to see how it goes. But if there's a tie, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Anderson to Pujara. Pujara defends it. And there we are. Well defended by Cheteshwar Pujara. Kiran Sahu says, if there's a match of India versus Pakistan T20, who would win the match? I asked this question because Pakistan team is more... I don't think Pakistan team is better than the Indian team. I just think Pakistan has been doing a lot better recently. So that I think they're both very good teams. And I'm not being diplomatic. I think if Pakistan gets into the frame of mind of winning, they'll win. But India has genuine, consistent performance. And if India goes in with Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Suryakumar Yadav, then you've got, what's his name? You've got Rishabh Pant, you've got Ravindra Jadeja somewhere, you've got Hardik Pandya, right? You've got these players in the top 6, top 7 who can go crazy ballistic, all right? And I missed someone, I'm sure of that. But India's middle order is a lot better than Pakistan's middle order. But Pakistan's openers have been performing a lot more consistently. Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan are doing a great job. Pakistan's middle order is not great at the moment. Their bowling is all right. Their bowling is pretty good too at the moment. But we saw with West Indies could just blow up like crazy with the bat and bat fantastically well, okay? So, I don't know. I think right now, if both teams played right now, I would give the edge just to Pakistan because the main players have been playing. But that middle order is completely out of touch. So, it's tough. If we're in the UAE, both teams have an equal chance. So I can't really predict. That's the thing. Predicting that is one of the hardest things that I could ever do. It's 35 for 2 at the end of 15 overs, by the way. And Naman says, if India loses this match, England will win by 4-0. Interesting. Quality Shot in the chat. Please check out Quality Shot. Fazan, man. Really good content. He does live streams, watch along. Basically everything I do. But he does the same thing, but for cricket, tennis, and boxing. He's got guests on his show almost every week as well. So yeah, please do check him out. Thank you very much for that. I didn't know that. Thank you, Fazan. Much appreciated. I didn't know I reached that. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. Thank you for letting me know. I'm just very, very happy about that. Thank you very much. And hope you can reach the milestone soon as well. And then we can grow together, man. Honestly. Thanks so much for that. Someone says Anderson bowling extended spell only because of Pujara and Kohli batting together. I agree. Mohammed Nadeem says, good question. Yeah, that was a good question. You missed KL. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. That's what I was thinking. I missed someone. Definitely missed someone. Knockup says, does Nepal have future in cricket? Yeah, definitely do. Mohammed Hassan says, hey, man. Assalamu alaikum, man. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Virat Kohli on strike. Sam Curran bowling, defends it 2 point. And that's another dot ball. Sam Curran. Let's see how he goes today because he's not had the best time of it in Test cricket with the ball recently. Joy says, hello, everyone. Not the best start for India. Not the best start at all. But Rohit Sharma looked all right until he got out. By the way, Rohit Sharma needs to bail on the pull shot, which are near his body. Yeah. Thing is, anything that is here in this region, he shouldn't go for it. He should go for anything down here. He connects it so well. Virat Kohli, vintage Kohli, through extra cover. But that is a single, well fielded by the fielder at the boundary. That's Dom Sibley right there. Virat Kohli moves on to 5. Pujara on strike. Naman says England is the best team in all 3 formats. England should win the T20. I wouldn't say so. England is not the best in tests. New Zealand over England by far. In ODIs, maybe England. T20s, I wouldn't say England because when Milan doesn't fire, England looks a lot weaker because they need some sort of stability, right? And when everyone tries to go hell for leather, that's when they kind of fall. They have a percentage that like 70% of the time they do great, but I wouldn't put England as the best T20 team in the world right now. I think they probably are in the rankings, but I wouldn't put England as the best T20 side at the moment. I'd put England as the best ODI side. England is definitely the best ODI in my opinion. With T20s, probably India, New Zealand, maybe, right? And England, not the best team in all three formats. That's my take on it, but I would love to hear what you think, what everyone else thinks in here as well. So I said, and Pujara looks like a lamb to slaughter. Yep, against Anderson. That's exactly what he looks like right now. Yo, Joginder, Thada Bhai, Joginder OP. All right. Awesome, Kiran. Thanks for that. Joy says, England is nowhere near the best team in tests. Do you know rising star Kushal Bhartel of Nepal? Anything to say about? Honestly, I don't know much about him. I know that he is a good player, but honestly, I don't know, so I can't really say much. I'll have to check up on him. But I know Nepal has been doing quite well as of late. Mohammad Stan says, I'm just envious of the Indian bowling. England were cruising when they were 3 down when Root and Bairstow were batting, and suddenly a collapse. England couldn't even reach 400. Yeah, it was very good bowling from an Indian standpoint, but the pitch was helping, I think, in that final session. And England were not at their best. Root, apart from Root is just Root. He's just so good right now. Yeah, look at that. Virat Kohli is moving to his off stump, and then he's not. Even today, look at that. He's actually playing at deliveries that are almost a foot and a half outside his off stump. He doesn't need to play at those. So I said, so does India. India were also 276 for 3. Then there was 364 all out. Yep, agreed. Where are we? Knockup says, where do you live? I live in England. I live near Leeds, so northeast England. And Leeds is northwestish. Well, I live near Leeds. That's the closest place that people usually know. Or Sheffield, if you know where that is. That's where I live. Andrew Cook says, this T20 is going to be interesting. New Zealand is taking 4 spinners to the UAE in the 50-man team. 4! Exactly. Are you kidding me? If they play 2 of their main spinners, for me, Mitchell Santner and Ish Sodhi play, brilliant. And then Glenn Phillips can bowl a bit as well, right? Sometimes as a part-timer and all that good stuff. So I would consider they play both of those. Then they play Bolt. They play, if Southee's inside, I can't remember if Southee's inside. But they play Bolt. They play Ferguson. They have Neesham, right? It's going to be a very, very good New Zealand attack. Andy says, England are probably the best ODI side, but the habit of going for it from the off can backfire horribly and has done in tournaments. Yeah, we've seen that. Full from Anderson to Virat Kohli, outside off, swinging away from him. Kohli drives that through point. Sibley tried to save that and just smashes himself into the barricade. Damn, I hope he's all right. But that's a good shot from Virat Kohli. Gone for 4. Oh, this is going to be an interesting matchup now. This is going to be interesting. A good shot. And that's the thing. Virat Kohli is being drawn into these drives and he's going for it. Now, your original nationality. I'm from Pakistan originally. I've been in England 20 years now. 20 years. Mohammed Stan says, by the way, do you think that Babar Azam will finally play that innings that we have been waiting for? I hope so. I pray for that, Mohammed Stan. That's what I've been hoping for. Someone says, brilliant effort by Sibley. Yep, brilliant effort by Sibley for sure. Someone says, I hope Pujara doesn't miss the line from Sam Curran around the wicket. Yeah, because it's looking like he's going to struggle because his bat kind of tilts in now, doesn't it, when Pujara is batting. Anderson to Kohli. Kohli drawn into that defensive stroke about a foot outside his off stump. Why are you even going for it, Kohli? Why are you going for it? Oh, scary. Karen says, do you think Devdutt Padikkal IPL RCB player? I like him. Yeah, he's a good player for sure. I still think it's too young for him to play international cricket for India. Not too young, but too inexperienced, I'd say. Play India A lot. Play IPL, play in domestic cricket. But I think he's still a few years before I would put Devdutt Padikkal or Ruturaj Gaikwad or, a few other Indian batsmen who've done well in the IPL and domestically into the Indian setup consistently. I don't want India to make the same mistakes Pakistan does. because India have done it a different way and it's worked for them over the past few years for sure. Great shot for sure. 100%. That was a great shot, Suman. Nanch says Rohit Sharma must be cursing himself in the dressing room for playing that pull shot. Yeah, he definitely would be. Laughter Express says this reminds me of Kohli shuffle in 2018 tests. Yeah, let's see if it works though. Let's see if it works and counteracts any issues that he's having. Oh, Pujara just leaves that one with, he puts his bat down, but it was so close to edging his bat as well. Crazy. And Knockup says your cricketing idol. Oh, I can't pick one. I don't have, like, there's too many, man. I say this all the time. My 3 favorite players of all time are Shoaib Akhtar, MS Dhoni, and Michael Bevan. Sorry, Michael Bevan, Shoaib Akhtar, MS Dhoni. It's somewhere in that order. Probably the top 3 of my favorite cricketers are those 3 guys. Yeah, so there we have it. I hope that answers your question. Classic Blossom says Kohli must play an innings like Root played for England. India can win this match if that happens. If that happens, then yes, for sure, 100%. Muhammad Asnan says, if you have an option of keeping one from Abid Ali and Imran Butt, which one will you keep? Because both are equally poor. I'll put Abid Ali. I would pick Abid Ali over Imran Butt. Imran Butt was brought in the side. We all know why. Favoritism and all that good stuff, all right? That's the reason why Imran Butt's in the side. Otherwise, he did not deserve to be in the Pakistan batting lineup. Yes, he's a great slip fielder. Yes, he dives everywhere, takes the catches. But dude is not good enough for Test cricket with the bat, man. There's no arguments there. And maybe it's time for Pakistan to look at Shan Masood once again. Or maybe it's time Pakistan moves up Azhar Ali to open and bat Abid Ali and Azhar Ali together. I'm even going to the extent that Abdullah Shafiq gets a go in Test cricket. Even though I think it's too early for him. But why not? If you've given Imran Butt a chance, right? Why not give Saud Shakil a chance? Why not give everyone a chance, especially with the batting side, because the openers for Pakistan are horrible. Nagaf says in ODI World Cup tournament match, India 7, Pakistan 0 against each other. Yep. In any World Cup, but in Champions Trophy, I think it's 2. Pakistan won twice, I think, in the Champions Trophy and stuff. But yeah, in the World Cups, India have the wood over Pakistan so far. Thunder says was gone for a while. 2 wickets have fallen. Kohli has to score a century today. I agree. Navansh says India will beat Pakistan in the T20 World Cup again. Oh, man. We'll have to see. Very high chance of that happening. But can't say. I'm going to try and stream on that day as well. I'm going to see if I can get some guests on for the match. Because that is going to be an amazing game. It's a Sunday as well. So what's the harm? Abdullah says first time seeing Anderson sledging in many, many tests. He is annoyed as anything. That's why he's just rattled from yesterday. He's not a happy chappy at all. Thank you, 90 people in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really does help. I don't know if it's true. I trust Quality Shot on this, but yeah, Quality Shot said that we've passed the 2K mark with something I didn't think I would be able to do. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who's in the chat right now. Thank you so much for the support, for subscribing, for liking, for all the good stuff. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I hope I can do a lot more of these more regularly. But obviously, I'm quite busy. Pujara, 0 of 27, this guy. Showing the Pujara way right now. 42 for 2. Well defended. Yeah, he's getting in line now, trying to defend that one quite well. Let me update the score because Kohli is on 11. I didn't update that. Yeah, but he was the highest scorer in the 2019 Qaeda Trophy, but he did well in only one season. That's why I don't think Kamran Ghulam needs to be in the side either, Imran Butt, as Imran Butt, right? I wouldn't put one guy in the team because of one season. I would put him in the team for 2 to 3 seasons. That's when I'd consider him. Adil says Babar Azam going to leave Karachi team. Yes, he is. Apparently, he's not happy. Yeah, I've heard the big news. Let's see where he goes in the PSL. Mohammed Stan says, yeah, maybe open with Azhar Ali and have Saud Shakil at 3. Anu Cook says New Zealand team for World Cup. Williamson, Todd Astle. There we go. Okay, so they're probably going Conway and Guptill to open. Then Williamson. Then is Taylor not in the side? Is Taylor not in the side? All right, Tim Seifert then. Tim Seifert at 3 or 4, somewhere around there. No, Conway can keep as well. I don't want Conway to keep. So we've got this is the thing. It's so difficult. I'm not playing Kyle Jameson, not initially. But yeah, Southey, Bolt, Ferguson, Sodi, Santner, Neesham. They've got 6 other players already. Then Williamson, then Conway. That's 8. Guptill, that's 9. And then they got to pick between Chapman, Seifert, Glenn Phillips, obviously, that's 10. So yeah, Seifert comes in as a potential keeper, or they go for Mark Chapman as a thought. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. New Zealand are absolutely stacked. Good ball from Sam Curran, but a dot ball at that. Yeah, that was an inside edge dot ball once again. 18 overs gone. 42 for 2. Mobina Hafiz says, thank you very much. That's really kind of you to say. Alhamdulillah. I'm not, but thank you for that. I appreciate that. Navansh says Bumrah should have bowled more bounces to Anderson till he got injured. Yep. Yeah, he should have. He should have indeed. Suman says good solid defense by Pujara there. Yeah. Quality shot. Taylor didn't get picked. Seifert and Conway will both play. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. And Seifert should keep in that instance, I think. If we've got what do you call it, Conway and Seifert, I think Seifert should keep. Even though Conway's decent, but Conway should concentrate on his brilliant batting. Brilliant batting. Thunderhaze says, Sehwag, how low can someone's strike rate be? Pujara says, no more. Brilliant. Ollie Robinson back into the attack. Was that a maiden from Curran? I think it was. Yeah. Robinson back in the attack. Continuing. Mohammed Stan says, lol, you just got an admire. I know, right? It's really weird. I don't even know how to react, so thank you for that. But yeah, I really appreciate that comment. That's very kind of you to say. And Guptill will open. Yeah, I'd put money on it. Yeah, Guptill and Conway to open. Then Williamson. Then you have Seifert and Phillips, whatever order they want to go with, right? Money on it enough, though I don't rate him anymore. Kane likes him. Yeah, Kane does like him. Joy says, who has worst attacking technique? Pujara or Sibley has the worst. Pujara's attacking technique it's kind of proper, but yeah, Sibley's isn't pretty at all. Today, Pujara will bat on 0 for the whole day. It looks like it for sure. Robinson to Kohli. Kohli leaves that one because it's like a meter wide outside off stump. That's what he needs to do to a lot of the deliveries outside off stump. He doesn't need to play them, but he does. He just does. That's what he's started to do. It's not good for India. Not good for India at all. Oh, my leg. It's simple. Sibley has only one shot to score. Oh, man. Robinson to Kohli. Kohli leaves that one. Great. Good job, Kohli. That's what you needed to do. Mohammed Hassan says Sibley has a strike rate of 120 odd in the T20s, so I think he can bat quicker when need be. I haven't seen him bat quicker, though. But if his strike rate is 120, to be honest, Babar Azam's strike rate is 122. So he can smash it sometimes as well if he needs to. So yeah, can't really argue with that point there, Mohammed Hassan. 42 for 2, 3 balls done, 3 dots to Robinson. Robinson to Kohli. Kohli leaves that one as well. Good job. Good job. Navansh says Pant is playing like IPL and Test cricket. Yes, Navansh, that's exactly what Pant does. That is his natural way of going about doing things. And the end result is just whatever. Just whatever. He's just like, I'm going to hit that for 4. I'm going to hit that for 6. I'm going to get out on this ball. He doesn't care too much, does he? He just doesn't care too much. And that's a good point. That's a good thing in most scenarios, but not in all scenarios. Malik Inam says, Babar versus Kohli comparison. No way, man. Come on. I say this every time whenever someone brings this up. Malik, Babar Azam debuted in 2015 or 16. I can't remember. All right. Virat Kohli debuted before 2010. Virat Kohli was captain before Babar Azam played. So comparing them is not a fair shout. Comparing both of them at those particular stages of their career isn't the same thing either, because Babar Azam doesn't have anyone else to depend on. Now he's got Rizwan a little bit, right? But you can't compare the two. Yes, they both have fantastic cover drives. And if you want to look at their cover drives, please check out a video by the Cricket Badgers he compares both of the cover drives of both of the batsmen, right? But you can't compare the two. It doesn't make sense. That's why. Ali says, when will Pujara get off the mark? I think before lunch. He will get off the mark. Andrew Guptill should be selected. He almost won the World Cup for New Zealand. Almost. He almost did. Mohammed Stan says, Pant has a very good test average, so if it works for him, it's good enough. Yep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Laughter Express says, team man, Rahane, big knock may come today. Yep. Come in next two tests. Oh, okay. One good innings. He always has in every series. Yeah. And then he just remains in the side. Yeah. Naman says, but at present, Babar Azam is doing much better than Virat. I would say Babar Azam is doing much better in white ball. But in Test cricket, Babar Azam is having a similar sort of time in Test cricket as Virat Kohli. Not in terms of, he hasn't scored a century for a while, but in terms of he is unable to stay at the crease for long periods of time. He does become a bit complacent and become a bit more aggressive, or he gets a really good delivery. So in that case, yes, I agree with you on that point that Babar Azam right now is in better touch than Virat Kohli is. There's no arguments there. Vignesh says Babar is dust in front of Kohli, accept it or not. Fair enough, Vignesh. That's the thing. That's why I always bring this up. There's no point comparing two players from two different countries with two different roles effectively and two different career paths so far. You can't compare the two. And there's no point trying to. Where are we? Someone says, does James Anderson think he almost 40 and uncle age for Bumrah to go soft on him? Show some respect. Ali says, thoughts on Kohli not scoring on, and it's just I wouldn't say it's sad, it's disappointing because Kohli is great as a batsman, and over the past 2 years he hasn't scored 100, but he has had some decent knocks. He just hasn't scored 100. He's not in the best of touches either, and we've seen that in that previous game and that previous innings. He got 43 and then he got a delivery which he shouldn't have played, and he played. There's a lot of deliveries outside off stump that Kohli is going for right now, and he's not edged it so far. So let's hope he keeps doing great things, Malik says top 5 batsmen in all format. Who is? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you mean, Malik. Guptill got Dhoni run out in the semi-final. Oh, yeah, he did. But do you know what? Dhoni wasn't... All right. I'm a huge Dhoni fan. People who follow my channel for the past while know MS Dhoni is one of my favorite players of all time. But Dhoni wasn't looking at his best in that match either, right? So getting him a run out, yes, that was the game changer, but Dhoni didn't look great, did he? Vignesh says VK is man of the series in India versus England T20. Virat Kohli. Okay. He is in form because he doesn't score centuries. That is why people tell him he is out of form. That's the thing. You expect so much more of Virat Kohli, right? That you're like, he hasn't scored a century. He's not in form. I was trying to particularly talk about Test cricket, but in T20s, he had that amazing knock, right? He had that amazing knock. By the way, Pujara finally gets a run, and everyone is clapping. I love it. I love the banter, man. Pujara is smiling because of that one run. 1 off 35. Great, man. Fantastic. Finally gets a run. That's great from an Indian standpoint. Where are we? Babar has an average lower than Azhar Ali in Test matches. He's overconfident and does not have the best temperament, but Babar has a chance today. Yeah, his temperament's horrendous. He definitely doesn't survive at the crease as long as he should be doing, right? I think you should take, like Rizwan has become more aggressive, and that's why he's getting out. But he should follow something that Fawad Alam does a lot better than him, which is survive at the crease. Good shot from Virat Kohli, but a dot ball straight to the fielder. Joyce says, well, you can't compare between Babar and Virat because Virat has faced quality bowling of New Zealand, Australia, and England in the last 2 years, whereas Babar faced only South Africa at home and Zimbabwe. Well, in Test cricket, I think in Test cricket, you're right. He's facing West Indies now. He didn't face New Zealand. He was injured. Outside of Test cricket, I think he faced Sri Lanka 2 years ago, or Bangladesh, one of them as well. And England and Australia was a while. Like 2019 was England, Australia. What was it in Test cricket? No, wait. Last year he played Test cricket as well. Last year against England when Pakistan lost 1-0 in that Test series. Yeah, Babar Azam played then. Babar Azam batted against Australia as well, but he didn't score anything to say, oh, he was fantastic. It's just because he looks good when he bats, and because he's got so much potential that people put him like, oh, that he's so great. And I think he's very good. Like he's probably the best batsman Pakistan has. Him and Mohammad Rizwan right now, probably the best batsman Pakistan has. I wouldn't say the Zimbabwe and South Africa thing. I think in the last 2 years, he's played England, he's played Australia, he's played not New Zealand. He's not played New Zealand. He's played Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and West Indies. So the only team he hasn't played is New Zealand. But yeah, on that point, I would say Virat Kohli's played them a lot longer. He's played against people who don't play anymore as well. So, like I say, there's no point trying to compare the two. And that is very soft from Virat Kohli. Goes past the slips and goes to the third man boundary. That is 4 runs. And Virat Kohli moves on to, I believe it's 15. I'm going to say 15, but it's 48 for 2 in the 20th over. Naman says Root can break the record of Don Bradman by scoring 1,000 runs in this test series. He might do. I hope not, though. I hope not. And now West Indies away. Yep. Ali says Kohli struggles in the 5th stump line. For sure, that's exactly what's happening to him right now. Oh, there's a few comments. Sorry, Virat Kohli's man. Yeah, I think I've read that one. Bauer Virat today centuries. I hope so. Finally off the mark. Pujara. Yes. Sorry, I'm going through the comments very quickly. Well defended by Kohli there. But then, again, he's squaring up a lot. He's squaring up an exorbitant amount for a guy who's 16 of 22. He needs to just play his game. Play your game, my friend. It's not about him at his best. We all know he would have made those 16 runs against Nisham with Jadeja. All right. So Guptill's run out is what people consider as, the big deal for India not going through to the final. Yep. Agreed? Just getting a census, Classic Blossom says Pujara must score along. India needs runs, not defense at this point of time. Where are we? Vignesh says not only Test cricket, he faced almost second string bowling and many Zimbabwe matches. He doesn't have a great record against Zimbabwe. I must tell you, Vignesh. Babar Azam does not have a great record against Zimbabwe. But yeah, I know what you're trying to say. I just think that he's put into a bracket because Pakistan does play against Zimbabwe a lot, which is very true. Pakistan plays against Zimbabwe more than any other team plays against Zimbabwe. Even South Africa doesn't play against Zimbabwe as much as Pakistan plays against Zimbabwe. And they're in the same continent, all right? But I wouldn't say Babar Azam is not great. I would say he's up there, but what's the right? Well, I'm trying to think of the right words to try and explain my point. He is exactly what Pakistan needs. Just he's not got that end game. He hasn't got the finisher touch for T20s and ODIs, which is the issue. Which is why I would say he's great, but he's not like the best he can be. Now, that's an inside edge. Well, it's actually very well guided from Virat Kohli going through square leg, and that's gone to the boundary for 4. 50 comes up for India. I'm not going to say finally, but yeah, 50 comes up for India. So yeah, on your point there about Babar Azam, I think he's played 7 matches or 8 matches against Zimbabwe, 8 or 9 matches against Zimbabwe in all formats combined over the past, over the past 2 years, maybe even 9 matches. Yeah, 9 matches in the past 2 years. He's played against England about 9, 10, 11 matches as well. If you look at his averages, especially in Test cricket, he's not performed amazingly well over the past year, or specifically since his injury in New Zealand, that thumb injury. But barring that, I think Babar Azam is still pretty good. But yes, no point comparing the two, man. I said it again. There's no point comparing the two. There's no argument that Virat Kohli is a better batsman. But right now, in terms of form, Virat Kohli isn't in the greatest of form. Neither is Babar Azam. But let's hope he can turn it around, and let's hope Virat Kohli can turn it around as well. Yep. Thunder says, lol, the crowd celebrated Pujara's first run as his century. Saying that Babar is just dust in front of Virat is just, unfortunately, Virat Kohli is... oh, man, this conversation is going to take a turn, which I really don't want. So I would refrain from, getting into an argument in the middle of the chat, ideally. We're here to enjoy cricket, but it's good to share opinions, and I'm happy everyone sharing their opinions on here. Just, if it goes past a certain point, I would have to ask you to not do that, please. Who do you think is winning the Ashes this year? Australia. Easy, Ali. At least Pujara started to score. That's a decent 4. Whoa, there's a lot of comments there. Decent 4. Someone says, well played, Kohli. Soft hands, playing late, right under his eyes. That's exactly what he needs to do. So Kane Williamson does that, and that's why he's quite good in England as well. Only thing I remember from Pakistan versus England's last test series from Pakistan is Shan Masood's 150. That was a good 150, and then he was dropped straight away, wasn't he? Manu says, good evening, just woke up from the afternoon nap. What's the agenda? Set 250 and declare? Potentially, but India are 52 for 2. 250 is a minimum. 250 is a minimum. I think I said 200 is good. 250 is a minimum now, based on the conditions. And if India get a 250 lead, they should be well on the way of, looking at a potential win. Again, I think there's going to be a draw. Personally, I think there's going to be a draw. Navan says Anderson should bowl only 5th stump line to Kohli. Kohli will nick that. Jadeja has already out before Dhoni got run out. Okay, all right. Someone says, Manav, no way India has to score 300 plus. Oh, man. Where are we? Vignesh says Babar is good, but he has not reached. Oh, yeah, of course not. Yeah. Agreed with that one. Manav says, with Pujara still on 250 is more likely. Yeah. Thoughts on Hasib Hamid? He's very talented. And I keep talking about Hasib Hamid. He's very talented. But that ball in the previous innings, was a peach. So I feel bad for him. We'll have to see how he goes in the second innings, and if he continues in the other matches. Let's see how that goes. Mohammed Hassan says, why doesn't the world see it this way? That Pakistan is willing to help a weaker cricketing nation, unlike the top 3. Oh, I should have really read the comment before I actually clicked on it. Someone says Virat Kohli is finally at his 90% best played, his trademarks shot. Yeah. Ali says, did you know Joe Root has never scored a test century in Australia? What are your thoughts on that? I did not know that. Maybe this year is the year he scores a test 100 in Australia. Wow. Joe Root not scored 100 in Australia. That's crazy. I had no idea. Thank you so much for that. And here comes the trolling. I love it, man. I love the trolls. The trolling comments. Not the trolls like actual trolls, but like trolling comments. Zimbabwe Azim. There we go, Silver Rahul. I was waiting for that. Tommy Neil Dick says, greetings. I'm from the Caribbean, Guyana, and I'm tuned into your live. I like your views. Question: who do you think will win the Pakistan versus West Indies match? Actually, right now, I'm giving West Indies the rub right now. It's 160-5. Pakistan has a lead of less than 150. If Pakistan can get a lead of above 200, then maybe Pakistan has a chance. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for Pakistan to win that match. That's my take on it. Thank you so much for joining, by the way. If you are new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. And do let me know what you think of my content. Please leave comments and all that good stuff. And like the video. It sends it to more people. It's really cool. Checkmate says, this is quality commentary. Checkmate, that's very kind of you to say. Thank you so much. And by the way, the score is 53 for 2. I got into the chat so much that I forgot to update the score. Silly me. Pujara, by the way, has 2 runs now. That's crazy. Sam Curran over the wicket to Virat Kohli. He's going to try and get him LB. Oh, that's high. That's high. Don't review it. That is high. Don't review it. It's high. Root, it's high. Don't do it. If it's going to be hitting, it's going to be umpire's call. Don't review it. You're going to waste a review. He's gone for it. He's tempted. He was tempted into that one. DRS. Let's see how it goes. Where are we? Silver Rahul says, I was looking at the stats of tail end performance of different teams. Can you guess which team has the lowest average tail end partnership stance in recent years? Is it India or is it Pakistan? It has to be one of those. It's Vignesh, see another Indian brother. No, he's not being toxic. Mohammed Hassan. I think, let's just put it this way. All I'm going to say is Oh. Yeah, that's missing. Knew it. Yeah, that's missing. Going over middle stump. All I'll say to this is it's good to share comments about cricket and the conversation. And I understand where everyone's coming from, but I'd rather not have like a fighting thing going on, right? If it's just good fun, I'm happy for, the conversation to go wherever it needs to go. But I think Silver Rahul is just being funny, man. And it is something that is definitely something that is renowned for Babar Azam, even though that doesn't make sense. He doesn't only score against Zimbabwe, but it is what it is, and we can't really change that, can we? That's really good, but they should give chance to youngsters. Yeah, that's true, actually. Chances should have been given to youngsters. I agree with that. If India makes 250, it will be a draw as there is no rain and England will play safely. England playing safely means Sibley and Burns' technique will come into question and they will get out. They will get out. Steve Smith is the best test batsman. Thoughts? He's one of the best test batsmen. I haven't seen him play for ages, though. I haven't seen Steve Smith bat in such a long time. Yeah, it's been so long. Yeah, so he is great, though. He is great. Asif Nadeem says, India will lose. Where are we? Oh, there's a comment. Oh, that was close one again. See, Pujara is struggling, but he's surviving. He is surviving. That's all he needs to do. Chelsea says, want to become famous, buy followers. I'm not going to buy followers. I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy followers. Joy says, was it though? It was straight ball that Hamid missed. It came in. If you remember, right? I saw it from the back as well when they were showing it. It came in and it stayed a little low and Hamid missed it completely. Vignesh says, I stopped. Abdullah says, Joe Root did not win any test match in Australia. Where are we? Asif Aftab says, India is not going to declare before they got at least 350. And that seems far away. Yeah, it seems quite far away, doesn't it? England desperate to get Kohli out. Indeed, umpire's call doesn't count as a wasted review. No. I thought it might be umpire's call, but that was missing, wasn't it? So wasted review at the end of it. Joy says it's West Indies. Right. Of course it is. But Alzari Joseph does a pretty good job, but he's not playing today either, is he? And he says looks above the knee roll to me going over. Yeah, missing the stumps. There we have it. Great call by everyone. Ali says, did you know Australia has never won a T20 World Cup? Yes, Ali. I did. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't see Milan so promising in spin conditions and slow pitch. Yeah, that's why I think Root should potentially go as a backup option. I don't think anyone agrees with that. Hales is never going to get chosen, so why not take Root as a potential number 3 for England in spin conditions? And then Milan should go to Australia. Milan should definitely go to Australia. Manu said that's because Australia don't care about T20s. They don't care. Thunder Hayes says, please like the stream, guys. Thank you so much, Thunder Hayes. That's very kind of you. I would say that's an inside edge going past square leg for a single to Pujara. Pujara moves on to 3. India move on to 54 for 2 in the 23rd over. And there we go. There we have it. Manu says, send Pant and Shami up next. We will get to 350 in one session or lose 2 wickets in 2 balls. Love it. Now coming in, he played the inside line full length ball. I'll have to check it again, Suman. I'll have to check it because the angle I remember, and maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I base a lot of what everyone says in the chat. I trust you guys a lot more than my memory sometimes. But I thought it came in a bit to Hamid. This time, Kohli plays it straight to the fielder. But that's a good, strong shot from Virat Kohli. I'm actually going to read what's his face? Cricinfo says, right? It says, bowled him first ball, Siraj on hat-trick. Hamid got a golden duck on comeback. Hamid has missed a straight half volley. Okay, there we go. He has just played inside the line of a full drive ball. Siraj is shushing somebody. Yes, he was. Right, okay. I completely misremember the ball then. And thank you for correcting me, Suman. That's 2 and 2 for you, man. 2 and 2. Ali says, did you know the last time India lost a test series at home was 2013? Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate all this knowledge being transposed onto me. I love it. I absolutely love it. Kohli moves on to 21. Ganesh Karthik about to do some commentary, but I don't know about what because I'm not listening. Joy says it looks like Australia will be winning this T20 World Cup, either looking at their past T20 record. Even that, but at the same point, they weren't playing their main players. 5, 6 of them weren't playing, and they just struggle against spin. At least their backup players struggle against spin. So Rahul says Australia historically never cared for T20, especially during Ponting's time. Yep, never cared. Thoughts on Australia all out? Yeah, that was... The pitches in Bangladesh weren't great for batting. There was 130 plus score, and that was it. That was it, right? Otherwise, it wasn't the best series for batsmen, but it was great for spinners and even fast bowlers. Mustafizur Rahman was brilliant. Back to normal times. Pujara giving heart attack as he faces more balls. Yavijindra Shinoy says, thank you very much. Naseem Ali says, oh, Sam Curran gets Virat Kohli. Sam Curran gets Virat Kohli. He's drawn into that one moving away from Virat. And he just tries to defend it. He's drawn into it, outside edge, caught by Butler. And Virat Kohli has to depart. I was going to scream, but that is just, goodness me. Kohli goes. India ain't getting, India is not getting to that 250 mark right now. Oh, man, this is crazy. Virat Kohli goes. Kohli goes for 20 of 31. India are in trouble right now. They are in definite trouble right now. Hindi mein nahi kar sakte. हिंदी में करो यार. मेरे जो व्यूअर्स हैं वो हिंदी भी बोलते हैं, इंग्लिश भी बोलते हैं, उर्दू भी बोलते हैं, पंजाबी बोलते हैं, गुजराती भी बोलते हैं, तमिल भी बोलते हैं. Like so many languages. I'd rather speak English because everyone understands English, or mostly understands English. Joy says they were playing main players against India, still lost. That's true. They need to bring Larnas Labuschagne, my friend. They need to bring Marnus Labuschagne into the side. Someone says if India... Plus, Jadeja and Hardik Pandya were outstanding in that series. Someone says if India lose this test match, it will be after a really long time. India lost the test match after scoring 350 plus in the first innings. Vignesh says, please read my comment below. Below? Let me find your comment, Vignesh. Hold on. I've kind of lost it, Vignesh. I would love it if you could type it again because I genuinely can't find it. Manav says, England are or West Indies fans bhi hai isliye nahi kar sakte. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Manav. Much appreciated. Ali says, who are you backing to win the T20 World Cup this year? I said this many times. I think India's going to win. India's going to win, but I want Pakistan to win, obviously. And West Indies has a very strong chance as well. Night Watchman, Cricket Channel says, hi, Ajad. Praying the best for you and this channel. Hashtag scary times for small creators. I know, man. I'm praying for you guys too. Definitely. I hope everything gets sorted very quickly. Guys, please do subscribe to Night Watchman Cricket Channel. They're great, but unfortunately, they've been striked as well. So hope they can come back to it sooner rather than later. Abdullah says, it's over. Yeah, Kohli out. It's over, says Silver Rahul. Someone says, and of course, which is not going to happen. India is not losing this match. Andy followed it. Yeah, followed it entirely the way through. Followed the ball. Rahane hit that very well, but straight to the fielder. Only Kohli can get caught. Wow. Naseem, why? Kohli was playing well. Karthik Mush Virat. Yep, I think he did. Rahul Gaming. Hello, bro. Hello, man. Hello, Rahul. Thanks so much for joining. True, Curran was so toothless in this match till now. Only Kohli got it. Could get out to him. Goodness me. Abdullah says, when the going gets tough, Kohli gets going. Back to the dressing room, of course. As a Pakistani, I'm happy Kohli got out. Sorry, Indian fans. Fair enough, man. If that's what you feel. Fair enough. Hello, bro. Hello, Rahul. Thank you so much for joining. Please don't spam. There's no need to spam. I'm reading everyone's comments as much as I possibly can. Renel says, wow, and Asjad's voice gets lower. Yes, Renel. That's how hurt I was with that wicket. I did not expect it. I did not expect it. Oh, man. 56 for 3 in the 24th over. Curran picking up Virat Kohli. Someone says Virat Kohli lapse of concentration continue. Yep. Kohli gone all over for India. Andy says somber announcement for Kohli's wicket, Asjad. I thought Kennedy had been shot again. Russo Entertainment says love from Nepal. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please join into the chat. It's really kind of you to join here. And Nepal, people from Nepal. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good delivery, straight on the pads and well defended by Pujara. Ali says, did you know England have never lost a test match when Root has scored 100? Didn't know that either. So Raul says 8th, 9th, and 10th wicket average partnerships in last 4 years. India 23, 17, 13. Pakistan 20, 18, 14. West Indies 19, 15, and 11. Wow. Wasted shot, to be honest. Yeah. 80 in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Like the stream. That's very kind of you, Manav. Much appreciated. Night Watchman says, why does Kohli chase balls way outside offs? I don't know. That's the thing. Lapse of concentration. Definitely. Atomic Boy says, Thara Bhai Joginder. Okay. Nice to meet you. Someone says, two most of the most under pressure cricketers currently in the world at the pitch right now. Yeah. Rahane Masterclass coming today? Who knows? Who knows? I want India to lose from Nepal. All right, fair enough. Well, I hope you enjoy the stream, you enjoy the match, and see how it goes. Bob Martin says, hi, Azjad. There goes the choker. Yep. That's not come home. Abu ka message. Hit wicket by Rampus says, why did he do that reference, you know? Yeah. The reference is this Virat Kohli, the way that he got out. Where are we? Vignesh says, you know, Virat Kohli has the third highest average in ICC knockouts, where Baba Rohit, Smith are not even in the top 10 almost, and yet all say Virat Kohli is a choker. I don't think he's a choker. I wouldn't call him a choker. Pujar and Rahane have to come good today, and they have to do it together. Yeah, they have to. They have to channel their inner older selves or younger selves, to be honest, and try and get a brilliant knockout of themselves. I believe this is probably the last over before lunch. Robinson to Rahane. That's probably missing leg. That's going down leg. I think that's going down leg for sure. 56 for 3, 25th over. The over rate is horrendous, obviously, but, you know, don't review it. There's no need to review it. Root. That's probably going down leg. It's probably going down leg. Oh, 56 for 3. Yeah. Good call. Good call. That was going down leg anyway. Joy says, I see this Indian team bundling out under 180 as always. Oof. Really? Was there an edge? I couldn't tell. I thought that was actually going down leg, but on closer examination, that might have been umpire's call. Mohammed Stan says, do you have any idea why Wokes hasn't been... Oh, he's injured. I think he's injured his thumb or injured his finger, something like that. Yeah, umpire's call. There we go. Yeah, he's injured one of his... something on his hand, and that's why he's not playing initially. That's why he wasn't in the first two. Hopefully he recovers, and then he can come back to play for England. Well defended by Rahane there. Silver also says, the last time India scored 300 plus in the first innings and lost was in Brisbane in 2014, where India had scored 408 in the first innings. Damn. Night Watchman Cricket Channel says India will most probably lose the 2 points they won in the previous match due to slow over rate. Yeah, I think both teams might. Anderson waiting for Bumrah. Yeah, he definitely is. Definitely is, Bob Marley. Now says how many runs India is leading by. India is leading by 29 at the moment. That's a good bouncer to Rahane. Robinson using his height advantage, and Rahane defends that one. Vignesh says England team is strong. Stokes or Moeen instead of Milan, and add another bowling option. Archer is ruled out. Is this a good idea for them? It's not a bad idea. If Stokes or Moeen play, that's great. Milan, I think, needs to be in the side somewhere. If Bairstow is in touch, bring Bairstow in too. But with the bowlers, you have Anderson, you have Broad, you have Robinson. You have the chance of, Stokes, Wokes coming back. So, yeah, that's a good idea. But even then, they might not be as great in Australia for the Ashes. But for this series, they would be very, very dangerous for sure. I like Saqib Mahmood as well. He bowls amazingly with the new ball. Do you think he might get a chance if there is another injury, and if England are like, okay, 4th or 5th test, I think Saqib could get a chance, but Overton has more of a chance of getting an opportunity, I think. And Navan says England will win by 4-0. Wow, really? Sunny G had an interesting observation about Kohli's trigger movement. What's the trigger movement? And Night Watchman Cricket Channel says, congratulations on completing 2K subs, Azja. Thank you very much. Quality Shot said earlier that I've gotten past 2K, so I'm super excited. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you so much for the congratulations. I'm just super, super excited. Thank you, everyone who's, subscribed to the channel and provides so much support over the past year or so. Thank you so much. Andrew Cook says, so could India and England end up with negative WTC points at the end of the series? Could be. Honestly. I think they could be. Vignesh says Root is currently better than Milan due to slow pitches. Root was highest run scorer for England in 2016 T20s. You're talking about T20s, not Test. Yeah, T20s. Yeah, Root is not a bad shout whatsoever. Yeah, definitely needs to be considered. Karan says Kohli needs to figure out a way from English kryptonite. What's wrong with you? Definitely, yeah. Oh, well defended by Rahane there to end the over. Lunch is upon us, everyone. It is 56 for 3. India, it's not been India's session. It has not been India's session whatsoever. They've lost 3 crucial wickets in probably their 3 very, very, very good batsmen. In my opinion, 3 best batsmen. Pant might get in there as well. But KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma were great in the first innings and got out cheaply here. And Virat Kohli as well. India are in trouble for sure. Indian batting coach needs to be sacked. He looks like a yes man rather than a coach. Wow, Joy. Bob Marley says, Vignesh, he means in the current test team. Yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Thunder Hayes says, congratulations on 2K subs. Thank you very much. Thank you, Thunder Hayes. Someone says, I can't wrap my head around why Virat played that shot. It doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. It was so wide. KL Rahul, 100 gone in vain. Yeah. Vignesh says Milan is good against pace, which is why in Australia he would be very, very useful. Night Watchman Cricket Channel says Kohli's back foot moves to the off stump. That's his trigger movement. Sunny G said if it moves just 2 to 3 inches less to the middle stump, he'll be much more comfortable in leaving balls outside off. I agree. That's great. I'm glad he said that because that's what you see, isn't it? He's coming so far wide outside off that he's struggling to realize where his off stump is. Enjoyed it. See you later. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much for joining. Andrew Cook says lunch equals my bedtime. Night all. Good night. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Just realized Azhar Ali doesn't bat as slow as Pujara. Now, Pujara just, he would know where his off stump is better, and hence would be better to do, would be able to do better on the balls outside off. Yes, Night Watchman Cricket Channel. That's exactly what I'm thinking. India lead by 29. That's the issue with Virat Kohli at the moment, and hopefully that fixes it. Vignesh says, your sweet name, my sweet name. It's Azjad, man. It's Azjad. Someone says, it wasn't even the short, Azjad. Read my full comment. Did I not read a full comment? Sure I did. I mean, it wasn't even a shot when you wanted to just defend it with soft hands, then just let it go. It was wide. That's the thing. In terms of the shot, right? He didn't need to go for it. That's what I'm trying to say. He didn't need to go for it. That wasn't the right shot for him for that delivery. He needed to leave that ball. And that's the thing. Vinay says 2 World Cups is going to held in UAE, Australia T20 World Cup at 2022. Mira says India need Jarvo 69. Thank you. Need Jarvo 69 to come and back for sure, Mira. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Much appreciated. Lunch is upon us. 56 for 3 India, lead by 29. Thank you so much for joining. And take care, everyone. Stay safe. I'll read the final few comments and then I'm going to bounce. Joy says, if any of this current batting batsmen fail, one of them should be dropped. We already have struggling captain in the middle order already. Yep, that's very true, Joy. Jarvo 69 for the win. What do Dom Sibley and Virat have both in common? They both keep getting out in the same way. That is very true. That is very true. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, Faraz. Thank you very much for joining. I'm just about to leave. Take care, everyone. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Goodbye. Until next time. That's 6 runs. Yeah, I'm just copying those guys. See you guys later. Bye.